The last time I started over, I left an entire country behind, everything that was familiar to me, so many years that I had built starting a new life somewhere else. I decided that it was time to move on, to start over, and I packed my bags, moved back to the United States to be closer to my family. And I was too embarrassed to say how scared I really was from the uncertainty that was awaiting me, so much change that was in front of me and unpredictability. And this wasn't the first time that I have done this. I have had many times in my life where I've had to start over, and not just start a new relationship, start a new job. It's been a lifetime of many start overs. And I used to think that this was me failing, but I've come to realize that it's not failing at all. What it is me outgrowing the circumstances and choosing growth over staying stagnant or complacent with what no longer was for my best good. So if this is you and you're going through a change right now, or you feel like you are beating yourself up, you're hard on yourself because you're not where you thought you should be, you're comparing yourself to others, this video is for you. So there was a moment when I realized that I was choosing growth over comfort. That me choosing to start over wasn't something that I should beat myself up about. In fact, it was something that I should celebrate because I no longer was staying in a place that wasn't good for my heart and my soul. And an example of this is when I chose to leave Mexico. My relationship, a long-term relationship, had ended, and for many reasons that relationship wasn't working out anymore. And if I had stayed, I would have felt like I was dying inside. And I knew that I had to choose differently. I knew that not only did I have to end that relationship, but I also started to reevaluate what was important to me. Reevaluate if things, my priorities in general, have changed, and they had. And for that reason, one of those priorities that kept coming up for me is that I wanted to be closer to my family again, because I had been away for so long, and also my parents were starting to age, and I didn't want to regret having spent time with them before they passed on. So I made the difficult decision of leaving a life that I had built for so many years in Mexico to return back to the United States and be closer to my family. I didn't know that there was going to be resistance from others and turbulence that I didn't expect. I knew that I was coming into it scared, uncertain, but I was following my heart and my soul. And even though it hasn't been a smooth ride since I've been back, I'm happy that I made the choice, and I have learned so much about myself in the process. And that's something that I think is important to know, that when you're reinventing yourself, when you're starting over, you're learning so much about yourself that maybe you didn't realize was within you. Maybe you didn't realize how much you had actually grown as a person. And that's one of the realizations that I have come to that I am really proud of. So I don't see it as a failure for that reason, for the sake that I am proud of the person that I'm growing into. One of the things that you face as you get older and you have to start over is the shame spiral that you can fall into. And I have certainly been in that, where you feel like you are ashamed. You're ashamed of maybe that you're not as far along as you wish you were, whatever that story is in your head about where you should be at this point in your life, over 50. You're ashamed of maybe not having the relationship that you thought you were going to have by now, or the financial cushion that you thought you were going to have by now. All of those feelings of inadequacy, not feeling valid enough, they're completely valid reasons to feel this way. But I've come to realize that it's okay. What that is it's a comparison game that we are allowing ourselves to get involved in. And we don't know what other people's backstories are. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. Sure, there are many people that have really blessed lives, and we should be grateful for them. We should, be happy for them. At the same time, our journeys are different. If you're here watching this video and you're starting over, there is something really valuable about where you are right now. You are in a discovery process about who you're becoming, what is not acceptable for you anymore, and what you want to lean into going forward. And those are all really wonderful epiphanies. They're gems, they're gifts that are allowing you to continue to become the person that you're wanting to become, live and create the life that you want to create. And so being in this cycle of shame, I totally get it, because I've been there before, and it's okay to feel it. It's okay to make friends with that part of you that is feeling ashamed, because it's just a part of you. There's so much more to you than just that one part that is uncomfortable. But I do encourage sitting with it and understanding, where is that shame coming from? Is that shame because you're not living up to other people's standards? Is it because you're not living up to standards you had set for yourself? And were those standards realistic to begin with anyway? So just sitting with it and understanding why you're feeling that way, I think, is really pivotal in helping to transcend that feeling into something that's going to help you move forward and feel more productive with your life, and just embrace the loveliness of being in a place of uncertainty, yes, but a lot of possibility. Your life is not over. Our lives are still very expansive, and there's so much that we can help to create, and so much that we can become in the process. The third thing that I realized is a difference between running away from something and running towards a life that you want to live. Really listening to your heart and soul and moving in that direction step by step to really understand what it is that makes you happy, what it is that makes you feel fulfilled and live a meaningful life. And so that's one of the things that I used to beat myself up about in the past, about when I first left my state of California for a relationship in another state. I felt like there may have been a part of me that was running away, but it was mostly that I was running towards a life that I thought I was creating with the man that I loved at that time. And it didn't work out, unfortunately, but that was me listening to my soul's compass and running towards what it was asking me to do. And that is part of the reason that I feel that I've started over many times in my life, is because I stopped to listen to what my heart and my soul is telling me to do. Now, is there pain in the process? Of course. A lot of times you're letting go of something or someone to move in that new direction. But if you are wanting to embrace your life with courage and purpose, it's important to do that. So I hope that this is helpful. If you're in a position right now where you're starting over, or you're being hard on yourself about starting over, know that I know it can feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. But it's an important time to listen to your heart and your soul and start moving, or at least listening to what it's telling you, so that then you can move in the direction that you are truly meant to be going in. If you feel called, please put in the comments what you are starting over from. I read all of the comments and respond to all of them. And I want you to know that you're not alone. It's a beautiful place to be, starting over, even with the discomfort. And I'm here with you. So hang in there, and I will see you in the next video.